Hello everyone. I welcome you guys to this week market analysis using the concept of key level harmonic patterns and smart money concept. So you all are highly welcome to this week market outlook. I welcome you all to this section. And if it's your first time of watching my video, you'll be wondering what sort of video is this? So what am I actually going to achieve from this market outlook? Okay, just to give you a little bit of boost, a little bit of confidence on what you are actually going to learn. Just hold on before you say you're wasting your data or you're wasting your time. Let me take you guys back to our previous previous record, our previous trade we have taken so far using this concept that you are going to actually review the market using the concept. Okay, so let's look at the past trade we have had so far using this concept. Now, this is silver. Okay, on silver, we've had a lot of opportunities so far on silver using the concept that we are actually going to we are going to use to review the market today. So these are the trades we've had so far on silver. We've had amazing trading opportunity. This is what we call a crab pattern to a successful trading opportunity we reviewed, and this is another trading opportunity we had on silver again, and then we also had this opportunity also on silver. So you can see that we've had past wonderful and excellent results using our trading strategy and our trading proprietary strategy. Okay, so this is also on gold. We've had amazing opportunity on gold on the lower time frame as well. We've had several opportunity on gold recently. These are the past trade we have. I can see how our chart is always very organized. These are the things that we teach in our community: how to organize your charts, how to organize your setup so that everything will look super clean, and then you will have space to analyze your chart and space to look at the market and all of that. So you can see opportunities I've had so far on gold. These are previous opportunity of. So we can actually go on and on to show you guys so many things we have had, even on Bitcoin as well. We reviewed, that was this week, we reviewed on Bitcoin. That was last during March, February this year, 2025. It was a very successful trading opportunity also. We also do all these things on live. If you watch our previous weekly market review and forex market analysis, you will see where we mentioned this trading opportunity on Bitcoin, and it played out super well. It played out beautiful. It was a very excellent trading opportunity. So you watching this video is not a waste of time. You are going to learn a lot of things, and if you actually take the information we give out here, you'll be able to have a very profitable week and a very profitable month. It doesn't mean that our strategy is 100% accurate. We take losses sometimes, but our profit is always bigger than our losses. That is what has kept us profitable with this system. Okay, and then if you also be interested, you can also join our community to learn how we trade. This is also on US oil. I've had amazing opportunity on US oil even in the past. You can see past record of successful trading opportunity I've had so far on US oil. Okay, so these are trading opportunities I've had so far on US oil. Very successful one. We also had one around that level. Let me check if that is that. You can see we have had amazing opportunity on US oil. Past trade, beautiful, excellent. Even this one that is running now, we gave out this signal that was last 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, last month. April, May, that was last month or so. That was when we gave out this signal. Okay, and you can see how the trade is also playing out well. Okay, you can see how the trade is playing out well right now. So this is actually a weekly setup. It's actually a very it's a weekly setup. That means it's going to take a lot of time to get to the profit level. So all you have to do is to go down to lower time frame to look at for trading opportunity in line with the swing setup. That is just it. It's just that simple. So you have seen the past record and you have seen the successful trade we have had so far using our concept, even on currency pairs as well. So let us not waste our time on past trade. Let's look at what we have this week. So I just do this because of people that are joining us for the first time to be wondering what sort of strategy is this. I've not heard about this strategy before. I don't know if this video is going to help my trading career. You have seen past trade we have had so far using this concept. Even on Bitcoin, even right now on Bitcoin, we have a trading opportunity that is running right now on Bitcoin, which is actually a bearish shark pattern. We'll review this trade. That was last last 2 weeks or so. May, the first week of May, that was when we reviewed this trade. First week of May, around Friday, Monday, 12th of May, that was when we reviewed this trade on Bitcoin. And then we didn't had an entry, but then around 22nd of May, that was when we had an entry on this trade. So you can see that everything that we are doing here is very, very consistent and it's working super, super well. So if you stick around, if you join the community, you'll be able to learn on how to trade this system. Every Monday I release video on market outlook, so take advantage of that to improve your trading. So let's look at what we have this week. Now we can start anywhere. Let's just start from dollar index, DSY. So what are we seeing on dollar index from the monthly time frame? Let's look at key levels from the monthly time frame. We can see how price reacted from this key level, and then we have actually seen price also reacting from this key level as well. So there are certain things that might happen this week because we have a lot of data this week. NFP is coming, CPI the upper week. Then we'll have ECB from EU as well. So we have a lot of data coming in. So we want to see what will happen on the DSY. But then we can see this information here giving us all of this. So this is not an expansion, of course, on the monthly. So let's see what happens. So on the weekly time frame, price already on the key level on the monthly, is also on the key level on the weekly time frame as well. You can see it's on a very strong key level on the weekly time frame also. Then on the daily time frame, we start to see so many things that is happening right here. You can see this is a level of demand that's push price up, and then price have returned back into that level of demand again. Okay, so now this is just to give us a general direction on what is happening. Price is still very, very much bearish. Okay, DSY is still very much bearish. Okay, DSY is still very much bearish, but we'll let to see if price will take out this low. If price does not take out this low, then we might have a push to the upside, depending on how the data comes. And you can see that this is already an order block on the daily time frame. So how price reacts on this order block will determine what we are going to see this week. So this is a demand level, and this is an order block on the daily time frame. So let's see what happens. And you can see also price is also reacting, and then you can see that it was actually a sweep of this order block, a very good sign that liquidity has been grabbed from here. You can see price swept this order block and all of that, and it's a good sign that if we have a confirmation to the upside, that is a very good indication. And then structure and setup wise, we also have a setup here, but then we don't usually trade DSY, but then you can see that we have a setup here on DSY. You can see we have a very amazing setup. Let's look at that together. We have a setup. We have so many things to discuss because of the fact that I have all of them mapped out. We are not going to waste a lot of time because I already have them mapped out. I already have all the setup mapped out. I have them mapped out. So we are not going to waste much time. So we are not going to waste much time. All right, so we don't have any setup on DSY, so we don't have any setup at all, but then we're looking at how price is reacting on the zone and all of that. So you can see price actually swept this liquidity below here, and then it was a very nice sweep of that liquidity. So let's see what happens. And you can see that we have had also bearish pressure into this key level, and then let's see what happens. Of course, those of them in the community knows the meaning of this candlestick information. Of course, candlestick is the language of price. If you understand how to interpret it, you'll be able to make informed decisions even more than some other retail traders out there. Okay, so let's see what happens here as price are pushed into this key level with a very bearish pressure. Let's see, you're going to have any kind of exhaustion on price right there. So this is going to set expectations we're going to see on USD CAD, Euro USD, and GBP USD. All right, so for Euro USD, from the monthly time frame, price also reacting from the monthly key level as well. On the weekly time frame, price also reacting from the weekly key level also. Good. So price also reacting from the weekly key level also. You can see that this is also a weekly key level of what order block, and that's a very nice order block right there. It's even an order flow that price have not mitigated in the past, and the price have returned back. There's a very strong key level on the weekly time frame. Okay, so and then I didn't actually tell you guys that we have had amazing trading opportunity on Euro USD. using our concept. Beautiful one. You can see that one. That was a very successful trading opportunity. So many of them in the past we have had so far in the past. You can see this one also. Successful trading opportunity in the past. We have had so many countless of opportunity in the past using this concept that you are about to learn. So it is a very amazing trading opportunity or trading strategy that if you master it, you'll be able to know how to interpret the market and make consistent, profitable trading opportunity. So the door is open to everyone who is interested to learn. You can join us and then learn how to. You can see beautiful, amazing swing trading opportunity I've had so far on Euro USD. So right here, this as we're looking at Euro USD right now, we have a bearish deep graph, but we don't really know if that is going to hold. So we need to see what the data is going to say. We need to see what the data is going to say and how the candlestick is reacting. Now, price have returned back into this level of supply that caused this little shift, and it's a good level right there. So on the 4-hour time frame, we'll begin to see if you're going to see any kind of exhaustion of the buyers and then sellers taking control. That is what we are going to look at for here on the 4-hour time frame. They will also have some scaling trade. This is the first one we have here, a bearish back, but price have not gotten back to that level. And they will also have this scaling trade of a bearish back as well that is also very valid. And we have had a successful move also last week. It was a very profitable trading opportunity last week. Okay, so then we have a scaling trade that price have hit almost close to 0.618 to have a reversal to the upside, and then we'll have a swing trade. So we'll have a swing trade, we'll have a scaling trade. All right, so the swing trade is actually the general overview of the structure of the setup we're looking at, and then the scaling trade is the small profit or we're going to have as we engage in this scaling in the swing trade. So it's just that simple. So this is an indication that we might have this reversal based on what price is actually doing. All right, so all we are expecting to see here is you're going to see some exhaustion in buyers and then sellers taking control. Let's see what happens right here. If we're going to have some exhaustion in the buyers and then sellers taking control, that is an indication that we might actually have this reversal, considering that fact that this is the first trading month. This is the first day in the trading month of what May, June. All right, so today is the first trading day in the month of June. So let's see what happens. If we're going to have some push to the upside or going to have a reversal to the downside, let's see what actually happens on Euro USD. Okay, so GDP USD, the same thing we're also seeing here on GDP USD. From the monthly time frame, price also resting on the key level on the monthly. You can see how price is resting on this key level on the monthly. On the weekly time frame as well, price is also resting on this key level on the weekly time frame. So if we break above this key level, then we can come to this key level up here. But then we also have a value set up here on the daily time frame as well. It's actually a bearish sharp pattern of 1.13. And then before you also say that how short are we going to have this now, we also had a very successful trading opportunity on GDP USD in the past. Let's look at those past records. Beautiful. So we had this amazing trading opportunity on GDP USD. When price came to this key level, a lot of people were skeptical. Those who are uninformed, those who doesn't know how we trade, don't blame them anyway because of the level of information they have. So I reviewed this trade. That was first week of this year, January 2025. That was when I reviewed this trade. I put out the information out there that we are having this sharp pattern. A lot of people were ignorant. They didn't even want to pay attention to what I was. It was when price got to this level, that was when they started to pay attention. Don't be like them. Don't just act that way. Whatever you don't know, ask questions. All right, that is how you learn. So if we're talking about this very sharp pattern right here, right now, and then I'm looking at to sell from this key level to this key level and then down to 0.886. People will be like, is this guy crazy? What are you talking about? Like, this price is bullish. So why are you saying you're looking out to sell? I have a setup. I have my strategy that has proven over in the past that it has proven to work in the past. You can see past trade we have had so far using this concept, and it's something that's profitable. You can see this one also. When price came to this key level, let me close some certain tabs so that it will be very clean for all of us to see. When price came to this key level, A lot of people were skeptical to sell from here, but you can see how massive this sell was, and we got to 0.886 final target for the swing trade. We also had a scaling trade on the lower time frame, which is actually the 4-hour, 2-hour time frame. We had a very good successful trading opportunity there on the lower time frame. It's actually a deep crab as well. So scaling trade plus a swing trade, we had a massive profitable trading opportunity. Of course, a lot of people were skeptical. They didn't even know, they are uninformed. They don't know anything. So when you even when you are telling them that this is what you are seeing in the market, they begin to doubt. Instead of doubting, why not learn what that person is saying? Learn what the person is saying and see if you're going to see something in it. Did we have a sell? Yes. Was it a massive? Yes, it was massive. Was it a profitable one? Of course, it was profitable. So it was in the past. Past has passed. Then let's look at what we have this week or what we have in the future. All right. So this is just to tell you guys that if we have had this kind of opportunity in the past, there's a possibility that we might also have it in the future. Always ask questions and then learn how to, just ask questions and then you get better at what you do. So we are looking at this bearish sharp pattern. It's a swing trade. It's a swing trade. So we're looking at price at the key level and everything is clean. Everything is looking very, very yo-yo for this particular setup. But we have to look at what 4-hour is telling us. Do we have any kind of exhaustion in price of the buyers and then sellers coming into the market? Last week we had exhaustion in price. Last week we had profitable opportunity here last week. Okay, so this was trading opportunity we had last week. From this point to this point, we made about how many pips? Let's look at that. So that was around 120 something pips, 128, 27 pips. That was what we had last week before price reversed back into this key level again. All right. So we have a scaling trade, we have a swing trade. The same thing with USD as well. Except price break above this key level, then we start to look at for a different setup entirely. But then this is what we're looking at for. Okay. So all we have to do is to see if we're going to get a kind of exhaustion in price of of buyers. If we see exhaustion in price of buyers, then sellers coming into the market. And then we also see how price reacts with 50 EMA. If we get a close below or sellers coming in pushing price below 50 EMA, it shows us that we have indication that sellers are coming into the market. First key level is this key level. The next key level is actually this key level also. Okay, so look at for exhaustion of buyers and then we start to look at for our entry to see how massive this trading opportunity will be. We have our take profit levels and then we also have our stop loss above that high. And then for the swing trade as well, we also have our take profit level 0.5, final target at 0.886, which is 1.2280. Our first take profit level is 1.2856, and then stop loss above that high, and around the stop loss around 1.3632. If we close above that level, then we should be looking at to this key level. Everything set up become invalid. Okay, so that is that on GDP USD. Okay. So for Euro GDP, we've had a massive opportunity that was the month of April. A very successful trading opportunity in the month of April. Let me even close this one. Let's look at that also. The same thing. Okay, we had this one as well in the past. You can see how our trading system and strategy has given us massive profitable opportunity. It's something you have to join the community to learn. Okay, so I didn't actually map out this setup, but it was a very successful trading opportunity also. The setup was a bad pattern anyway, but then let me look at this one as well. Okay, you can have a craft from here, deep craft from this level. Okay, still very valid at 1.902 is still very much valid. Okay, so this was what we had previously before we were able to rest at this key level. Okay, so now we had opportunity there and it was a very successful move. We made profit and you can see that it was a very profitable one because price actually, when price got to that key level, it sold massively down to this key level and we made profit. I reviewed this trade, but a lot of people didn't pay attention, they didn't ask questions, they were ignorant. I always use that word ignorance, and they were in a self-denial. Some of them are in self-denial. What this guy is talking about, I mean, I haven't heard this kind of strategy before. Harmonic is something that has been existing for a decade, for centuries. A lot of the technicians that actually pioneered the system, most of them are late. Okay, and it has been a successful trading opportunity or successful trading strategy that we have used to interpret markets in the stock market, in the cryptocurrency market, in the forex market, in the statistics market, anything at all. It works, and it works like crazy. Okay, so it's something that if you join the community, you'll be able to learn how to trade it profitably. All right, so now what do we have this week? What we're looking at here is actually when price came to this key level, we had exhaustion of sellers and then buyers coming into the market to take control. But then what we're looking at here is actually something that we have seen the price breaking out of this the resistance trend line, and then price came to this key level. Also have this bullish sharp pattern according to this weekly key level, right? So now we are seeing a kind of we saw exhaustion of sellers and then buyers coming into the market to take control, and then price is also reacting from this of course it's valid. Of course price is going to react from here. It's 100% valid. So let's see what happens. If we're going to have a break above this level, then it's good. If we don't have a break above it, then we might actually start to look at how to take profits and then move our stop loss to break even. Of course, price is here to come back to this key level. Price is here to come back to this level it broke out from. So we might see price reacting from this other block or level of supply and then coming back into this level of demand for a continuous buy to the upside, which is 100% valid. So watch out for this kind of reaction from now to the end of the week. Let's see what price will do. But if we have a close above this level, it's a good indication that we might actually see price pushing all the way up. Not forgetting that price is already trading above the 50 EMA, and then we'll have this kind of reversal candlestick formation as well forming at that level. So let's keep an eye on this and see what happens. Entry, of course, there is no entry at the moment except you wait for price to come back again to this key level, right? Good. So for Euro USD, for GBP USD, there is an entry at that level. Just wait for exhaustion of price and then look out for entry. Now for this guy, price have come back into this key level or into this other block that it created last week. But then let's look at the monthly time frame. From the monthly time frame, we can see that price have mitigated this key level in the monthly time frame. Okay, and then we also have this key level also the monthly that price is here to actually react from. All right, but then at the moment price is resting at a key level. At this level, price was not at the key level, but here price is resting at the key level also. Okay, now on the weekly time frame, where is price? Price also resting on the weekly key level. You can see that this is a rejection of price. This week is a key level price is reacting from. You can see in the past also we've had price reacted from those key levels in the past. Very, very visually visible to everyone. It's not something that is hidden. You can see our price came to this key level, reacted from there, came there for the second time, also reacted from there, and then you can see this reaction right there. But we don't really know what will happen. Price, depending on how the data comes out, price might actually push to this key level on the weekly time frame. Not forgetting that we also have this key level also as well. So we also have this key level also. We also have that key level right there. Okay, good. So let's see what happens as price have come back to this key level. On the daily time frame also, we saw a lot of bullish movement to the upside. That was last week, and then price came back to this level also. We have seen structure wise break of structure, and then price have created this all-time, and then we can see this push to this key level. Okay, so now on the 4-hour time frame, all we have to wait is to see. Now this is a good level of order block. Then what happens? Is price going to respect this order block or is going to break above it? We have to see. 4 hours is going to give us that indication. So we also have an entry here, but we have to wait for price to give us that indication that it's ready to go up. We're going to see some bullish pressure right here. If we see that bullish pressure right here, then we can see there is of course indication that price might likely start to do a trade up. But for now, we don't have that indication. So let's wait for that. Just the same way we had a bullish pressure right here. Let's wait for that bullish pressure on the 4-hour time frame. A clear indication that buyers are coming to the market to take price to the upside. So USD CAD, the same thing. We're also waiting for that bullish pressure. We have seen price push back into this level that it broke out from. That was last week, and it's a good indication as well. So let's see what happens here. If we're going to see a exhaustion of sellers and then buyers coming into the market to take control is a good indication that we are going to push the upside. Do we have a setup? Yes, we have a setup right here on the we have two setup. First of all, we have this this is a key level, the same thing on the weekly, monthly, so I don't want to push into that. We have this key level on the weekly time frame, key level on the weekly time frame, same thing in synonymous with monthly time frame as well. Then on the daily time frame, we also have this setup on the daily time frame. We have this bullish path pattern that price is here to test. So we have some few pips to that key level. How many pips? We have about 129 pips into that key level. Okay, but then we don't really know if price is going to come here. But then let's see what the data will say, because of course price is already creating something right here. It's creating something right here. So what might happen if price eventually didn't come here straight out of the birth? Price might push all the way up and then push back here. So let's watch and see what happens. But then secondly, we also have another setup also, which is as well is a bullish butterfly pattern that formed out of this swing points, swing high, retracement, and all of that. You're going to learn this if you join the community, okay? So now on the 4-hour time frame, what are we seeing here on the 4-hour time frame? Last week, you saw exhaustion of sellers and buyers coming into the market to take control. We had some massive profitable trading opportunity last week to this key level that price broke out on. That was previous week. Okay, and then price right from there, we saw exhaustion of buyers and sellers coming into the market to take control, right? Good. Now, what is going on here? What is happening here is that price, I took a sell to this key level. Good. Now, what is happening here is that, let's clear some certain things. What is happening here is that price have now returned back into this demand level, all right? And then we had selling pressure pushing into this demand level. So what are we waiting for? We want to see exhaustion of sellers and buyers coming to the market to take control. If we see that exhaustion of sellers and then buyers coming to the market, then it validates this setup. It's as simple as that. So if this setup fails, then we'll look at for that bullish bar on the daily time frame. Remember, I shared the setup before. Now look at the setup here as well. So we'll look at for this setup if this one fails, right? So from all indication, like what I'm saying is that if this setup becomes invalid, if the setup becomes invalid, then we'll look at for that bullish bar. Okay, so all we want to see is, even if you're going to have some bullish pressure here, are we going to break above this high? That is another question, right? Because right here we have another block. Don't forget that you have another block. So are we going to break above here if this holds? But if this doesn't hold, then we might have a push to this key level, which is almost 90%. Well, I say 90%, or let me say 70% probability that we might push to this key level. It depends on what, let's interpret what they are doing with understanding of candlestick patterns. It depends on what happens here. Are we going to have exhaustion of sellers? Are we going to have bullish pressure coming into the market? Let's see what happens here. Very important you watch out for this. So after watching this video, I don't know when you're going to watch the video, see what happens. Did we have that bullish pressure, or do we have massive sells to this key level? Watch out for what happens. So whichever is the situation, whether we're going to have this bullish butterfly pattern, you have a setup. If we're going to have the bullish bat, you also have a setup. So watch out for those two scenarios, all right? Watch out for those two scenarios. Now, in GDP AUD, we had a massive trading opportunity that was last month. Of course, we didn't actually achieve full take profit level on this trade. We got about 0.5% of those of the level. Let's look at the opportunity. We had a scaling trade, which is this 1 hour, 2 hour bullish bath, and then we also have this swing trade. Okay, we had this swing trade, so we are only able to achieve 0.382 off of that swing trade. We are only able to achieve 0.382. We are only able to achieve 0.382. You can see that is 0.382. So we are only able to achieve 0.382. Price got to that key level and then started to give us this double bottom, and then that was how we closed our trade. But this scaling trade on the lower time frame, we are able to achieve full target at 0.886, 0.786. So full target on the scaling trade, but then partial target on the swing trade, because we're already seeing that price is already trading below the 50-day moving average, showing some signs of what? Bearish pressure. Price might push back again to this key level. So let's see what happens. For now, we don't have any setup on GDP AUD, except you want to trade. The trend line pitch, of course, is not part of our strategy. We wait for valid harmonic pattern into a key level, then wait for entry confirmation. So that is just it. Now, GDP card. Now, this trading opportunity, we had massive sell. That was last week. After price came to this key level, traded for a very long time, consolidated for a very long time, very long time, and then we'll have a massive push to the downside. That was on Friday before market closed last week. So for setup, we had of course, this setup is already, we've achieved full target on this setup, but since price have come back to this key level, we might actually see a re-entry at that key level. Then we had a deep grab. The first move was a successful one, okay, and then secondly, this was an impulsive leg, and then we'll have a retracement back to this key level. You can see that the distance price took from here to this point was how many bars? 21 bars, and it took 29 days. Now from here to this point, how many bars? 35 bars, and it took 49 days. You can see. So this is an impulsive move, and this is a retracement move. Do not forget that retracement can cause a shift in market order flow. We can break above this high, which is 100% possible. We can break above this high. This retracement or a corrective move can cause a shift in market order flow. We can break above this high. So except we break above this high, we might see a little push to the downside. And then with this bullish push here, let's see what happens. Are we seeing exhaustion of sellers, sorry? Are we seeing exhaustion of sellers and buyers coming into the market to take control? Or is price going to pull back again to this other block that is broke out from and then continue pushing down to the downside? So it's a question that we need to ask ourselves. But then the only thing that will keep you going is, do you have a valid setup? We have a very valid bearish deep grab. That's the only thing that's keeping us on this setup. A lot of people wanted to a lot of people were buying last week, and which is 100% valid. Okay, based on how you trade, all right, it's 100% valid. A lot of people were buying last week. They're looking out for buy. Oh, GDP card is going to go up. It's going to go up. But then I didn't have any bullish setup to that high. I was only looking out for that deep grab, which I showed you guys on the daily time frame. Okay, I was only looking out for this. That was all I had. And then on the 4-hour time frame, I begin to look out for some candlestick patterns, which of course I've taught members of my community how to identify them on the chart. I begin to see a lot of rejections, a lot of candlestick patterns. We saw bullish exhaustion, buyers exhaustions, a kind of exhaustion of buyers. Of course, with the help of the candlestick patterns, we were able to interpret that exhaustion to see that there was an exhaustion of price. And then when I saw those exhaustion of price, I told my guys that keep holding yourself. Let's see what happens. If price breaks above this high, then we'll take the L. If it does not, then we'll take the profit. So price came back, pushed to this key level, and we made profit last week before closing this trade. For now, let's see what happens when price pull back into this key level. Do we have an entry? We don't have an entry yet until we see sellers taking control of this market. At the moment, buyers are still in control. So let's see what happens. If we see, I'm looking at this as a corrective move, impulse correction, but we don't really know. Correction can lead to trend change. So let's look at what happens. If price come back here, we see selling pressure coming in, then we might see a continuous sell to the downside. Okay, so that is just that. For BTC, I've shared the setup with you guys on BTC. We're looking at that bearish sharp pattern. I've shared the setup with you guys. So for now BTC, I'm looking at 93k. I'm looking at 93k, which is 93,310. That is what I'm looking at for on Bitcoin. I'm also looking at 100k, 100,397 or 396. That's what I'm looking at for around here. So first target around this imbalance, Our second target around the 93K, and then final target around the 78K. So nobody knows what is going to happen. So don't just, if you're coming into the market and you're doing a lot of prediction, you have to do it with conviction and then with technical bias. Okay, so you don't just do it out of thin air or with your head. Now we saw price respecting EMA 50-day moving average on the 4-hour time frame. So a continuous sell can be valid here depending on where you're targeting. Okay, but then we took our entry from this exhaustion of buyers, sellers coming into the market to take control, and then you can see right now we are in a massive profit. So learning Harmonic with combining smart money concept is a very profitable and successful trading opportunity or strategy that you can learn and master, and then you'll be able to make consistent, profitable trading decisions using the concept. So it's not something that will waste your time. If you bend down and sit down, join the community to learn it, it will be worth it. It will definitely be worth it. Okay. So now we have US oil. I've shared the setup with you guys on US oil also. There's no need to, dwell much on that. We have this weekly swing trade that is playing out. It is actually a crab pattern, if I'm not mistaken, or a gift crab. Let's look at that together. Okay, that is actually a crab pattern of 1.618. So that is actually a crab pattern of what? 1.618. Good. You can see our price tested at 1.618 and we got that reversal. Look at how accurate that is. How accurate that is. It has happened in the past. Countless of time. You can see all of these things are past successful trading opportunity we had on US oil. It has happened in the past and it will happen again. That is just it. There is no two ways about it. It happened in the past and it will happen again. Key level, valid harmonic pattern. We are looking at 0.38, which is $67.4060. Okay, and then we're looking at final target at 0.61, which is 75.1156. So it has happened before. If you're not, look at these ones that happened in the past, even this one as well on the lower time frame. We had that also. Okay, the same setup as well. Okay, it has happened before in the past. Look at this one also. It was on the daily time frame. A lot of people were skeptical to buy from here. Oh, US oil was bullish. It was bullish. Nobody should sell. Oh, it's bullish. But that is not what smart money is looking out for. Smart money push price to a key level based on the narrative and the fundamental within that particular point in time. They push price to this key level, and then on the lower time frame, on the 4-hour, we saw exhaustion of buyers. That's a clear indication. When we saw that exhaustion of buyers, entry was made there, and it was a very successful trading opportunity. Did we make profit? Yes. It's just that simple. We made profit. So if you're coming in and saying that, this guy is wasting his time, oh, this thing doesn't work. It has worked in the past. It has worked in the past. So why won't it work now? What made it to stop working? Are you selling here? Are you buying here? Price is pushing up. So what are you saying? What are you saying? This worked in the past. So what will make this one not to work right now? Yeah? What will make this particular one not to work? It worked in the past. We took a sell here, and then you can see we made profit before price reversed on the lower time frame. Okay, so what will make this one not to work? Price is pushing up. Final target at this level. So, I mean, you have the opportunity to learn it. So for gold, we don't have anything on gold right now. We had massive opportunity last week. We had about 2 setup last week that played out, and it was a very successful one. Okay, we are looking at this bat pattern. So it depends on what price does here. If we see exhaustion of sellers, exhaustion of buyers, sellers coming to the market to take control, then we can look at for sell. But we don't have it. We cannot validate this at the moment until price get to this point. So this was a successful move. The same thing with this one also. So that is that on gold. For silver, we don't have any setup on silver at the moment. We don't have. Okay, so this will bring us to the end of this week market review. So we have Euro USD, GDP USD, Euro GDP, USD JPY, USD CAD. We don't have anything on GDP AUD, GDP CAD. The continuation we are looking at for continuation. Bitcoin is already running. US oil is already running. Gold, we don't have anything. This buy is still running. You see impulse correction. We see impulse correction, impulse market structure. So these are the things we teach in our community. So this will bring us to the end of this market review. So please watch this video, go back to the chart and mark out all of these setups. And if you have any request of any pair you want me to review, please drop your comment below this video, or you can join our WhatsApp Signal group, or you can as well join our trading community to learn how we trade. So I promise you this will be the best and the last mentorship and forex trading strategy that you will ever need and you will ever learn. Everything will be cleared. You will have conviction, you will have clarity, and you will have confidence to interpret and trade the market of any asset, of any market, be it stock, cryptocurrency, forex, derivative, whatever you want to trade. Using this concept, you will definitely be able to trade it. Okay. So I also have other trade that is run on synthetics, which I may not really be able to review because of time. So it works on all markets. So I wish you guys all the best. And then by next week, we also review this trade to know how they played out, if it was a successful move or it was a unsuccessful move. So we're going to look at them by next week. So I thank you guys for joining me. I thank you guys for watching this video. Please, if this is your first time of watching the video, I will encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that you will be notified whenever I release market outlook videos like this. And then you can see from the onset that our strategy has worked and it has been proven to work. So there is no doubt, there is no need to prove anything to anybody. It's working. All you have to do is to sit down and learn how to do it so you can be able to profit from the setups and profit from the strategy as well. So thank you guys for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, subscribe, and then hope to see you guys by next week where we'll review the outcome of this trade. And then till then, bye for now guys, and have a very profitable trading opportunity out there, and then bye for now.